Hi everyone, it's Chris, aka Biggest Rebel. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do some Pokemon Gijinkas, and I'm hopefully pronouncing that correctly. I know everyone and their dog has seen the new Sword and Shield announcements, and if you haven't, I'm sorry, this is how you find out. And I've seen a million different fan arts of like Wooloo, who I think is also adorable, as well as all the other Gijinkas. So Gijinkas is basically just a humanization of a non-human character. So today we're actually going to be doing the Sword and Shield new Pokemon as humans. So what we're going to actually start off with are the original 3 starters that got announced a while ago. So I'm just going to show them here on the screen. So I originally did the starters when they were first released, and when I make Gijinkas, I do try to make them as human as possible. So we're basically taking away any of the furry aspects, which I know, me take away the furry aspects, unbelievable. So we're actually just going to go over how I decided like what features to keep and how to incorporate them in a human design. So the first one we're actually going to look at is Grookey, or the 3 starters. But Grookey is the first one. So we're going to look at the hair, as you can see here, and then the arms that I kind of incorporated as gloves, and then the middle of the face as well as the whole outfit. I did want to make it like an overall kind of thing that kind of fits its color scheme. And then we're going to look over at Scorbunny. So Scorbunny kind of has the same type of hair. I included the towel, and then the outfit is going to be the rest of the skin tone. And then Sorbel? I don't know how to pronounce that. So we're going to look at the hair again. I think the hair really helped tie all 3 of them together. The face and then the outfit, as well as the boots and the rubber gloves. So I kind of wanted them to be like a set. So they all kind of work in ways that kind of make, I don't want to say dirty, but like not squeaky clean, I guess I would say. So like Grookey works in a garden. Scorbunny works like with equipment or heavy machinery, and then Sobel works with like sea animals to keep them clean. So that's kind of how I wanted them to look like as a set. So other than those 3, we are going to go ahead and get started with drawing Wooloo. So I know everybody else started with Wooloo as well, because everybody loves Wooloo, right? So we're going to look at some of the features. So here I'm just highlighting some of the hair features. So the 2 front parts kind of look like braids, and I know that everybody else has also done the same thing, using the braids as hair. So that's how I started off as well, because I also thought it was just a very cute feature. So, and then the bangs, I just think Wooloo is just so cute, right guys? But that's how we're gonna start off. And then as I draw in the eyes, as I drew in the eyes, I did try to make them, I don't want to say squinty, but how the eyes are horizontal. So I was like, well, let me try to fit something like that in. But like I said before, I did try to make her as human as possible. I tried to make all of them as human as possible. And so that's why I gave her normal eyes instead of like goat eyes. Or do sheep have the same eyes as goats, or like they're in the same family? I'm not sure. I'm not a registered nurse or an animal expert of any sorts. So, and then with her outfit, I did just want to make her as cute as possible. And I got some inspiration from like they're the ones who work on like sheeps and stuff out in the mountains. I'm not sure what you would call that, but I thought they're like, I guess inspired by that would be really cute. So that's why I gave her that kind of dress. And then like in my process, how I normally do it is then I do my little initial sketch, and then we go in, darken up some lines, just to keep the lines that we like. And I decided to redo some of her eyes because she doesn't really look very mischievous, because I know she's very, Wooloo's like whole thing is once they get anxious or scared, they roll away, which I think, super cute. So that's kind of why I decided to change her eyes like that instead of how they used to be. And then we go straight into coloring, which of course is mostly grays and whites, based off the color scheme of Wooloo, which is just a giant sheep. So instead of making her or giving her like a fur coat or some kind of fur outfit, I decided to just give her big hair, but I decided to put it in a ponytail because I figured that that would be more comfortable for somebody who has hair like that, because I used to also have really long hair and all I would ever do is tie up my hair because it got kind of out of control otherwise. And I know we've talked about the tick marks in my arm. I just did that again here to give some more texture to the hair and as well to the outfit. And then I decided to give her brown skin based off the actual color of her face, of Wooloo's face. So that's why I decided to do that as well. And I gave her some hair on the legs because she's furry, she's fuzzy. I wanted to bring that all the way through her design here. I think she's so cute, and I'm really happy with how she came out here as well. I always have fun doing skin tone in general because it's just fun for me. So that's kind of why. You see that there with the eyes. I think a very cute effect. And I decided to give her golden eyes because Wooloo kind of has golden eyes and then has that sheep eye, so that's kind of just what I went with as well. And then the little pink of her nose, I decided to incorporate that in little details like the embroidery on her dress as well as her scarf and her hair tie. And then I just went in and put in some last finishing details and blended out the shading on her dress. So the shoes were based off her hoofs, whatever. And that's Wooloo. We're gonna go ahead and move right along to Gossifleur. I hope I pronounced that right as well. So obviously the main features here are going to be her flower petals. Kind of look like hair, so that's obviously where I started the design as well. I'm sure that's not super original, but I think it's still a fun design to, emulate. And then the other flower on her head, I thought it'd be cute as a little like barrette design, so that's what I decided to go with as well. Her face, I was trying to figure out how to do that because her face is very hidden in the Pokemon form, so I was like, you know what would hide that are like giant sunglasses. So that's why I decided to go with that. I know they look like glasses right now, but they will be turned into sunglasses. And then her body, I was like, that looks like some kind of cute coat with a little peplum on the bottom, so that's kind of, and shoulder pads. So it's kind of where I decided to go with that on her top. And then the bottom of the design made her way too big on the canvas. And then the bottom of the design, I decided to go with like a maxi skirt with the slit on the side because I thought that'd be fun. But I just had a lot of trouble. I had a lot of trouble getting her design down, so I decided to just go in, give her legs first, and then fill in the skirt design after that. So that's what you see there on the screen. So I decided that'd be fun. And then with any of my Gijinkas, which I've done a lot before in the past, I was actually in a Pokemon group where we it was Sunshine Daycare. It was like we were a daycare for Pokemon. So I have a ton of those, and I'm thinking of actually making a video of looking at some of them and redrawing a few just for fun. So maybe be on the lookout for that. So I also like to give them backstories. So, like for her, for instance, I know she evolves, which you'll see here, her evolution here in a minute once we're done with this part. But so I decided, maybe she's either a secretary or somebody in training to be a queen or something like that. So maybe she's some kind of princess in training, which is why she has the big sunglasses on and super nice clothes. But yeah, so again, like a story like how the first three had a set of, like, there were a set again, I want to say pair, but they're not a pair because there's three of them, but they were a set, and they all kind of worked different jobs that kind of got them, I don't want to say dirty, but they weren't the cleanest because they did jobs that helped others. Same with her. She was a princess in training into a queen or empress or whatever that you're going to see on my next Gijinka here. And for Wooloo, I'm not really sure what her story would be, but maybe she's the kind of person who works with sheep up in the mountains or whatever that occupation is. I'm not 100% sure. And then I decided to incorporate that brown down into her design just to kind of pull the top and the bottom together. And there's her finished up here. We're going to go ahead and move right into Eldegoss, which is her evolution. So I decided to try to keep them on the same canvas or featured the same way. So that way we can kind of compare and contrast them. Her design for me was really kind of basically the same as her regular Pokemon design, just a little more human. So I decided that the big puffball and the front part would be like a giant crown. Once I get to coloring, you'll see that I actually included her red hair from the original design or from the first design. And since I wanted to keep the red hair, that's kind of why the rest of that is more of a crown. All in all, I had a lot of fun with her design as well, trying to see what I can do to fit it in with the original design here. And then I kind of decided maybe instead she's the mother, and then the other person is her secretary or her daughter, who is in training by being her secretary first before she gets to take over. And then, of course, the colors were simply color picked and then transferred over. But I have to say I really like Eldegoss's design, especially as the dress portion of it. I thought that was I think that really fit well with that design. I would also love to see other people's take on her design, because I love seeing Gijinkas, because some people can be super original with them in ways that I could never think of. Others kind of just do what I do, just kind of take the design and make it as human as possible, which I don't think I'm unoriginal, but I do think that some other people have really unique designs. There's this person on Twitter, Doonsan. I'll go ahead and link them down below. I don't know if they still do, but I know they used to do a lot of Pokemon Gijinka adopts, and they were also in the Sunshine Daycare group with me, but they always had super original designs, and I've always loved them. And I always wish that my design skills were on par, but I mean, I'm an amateur, so what do you want? But I always have really fun designing Pokemon Gijinkas, even if I'm not great at video games, but I do have fun, so that's why I kind of like to do this. So I also then decided to keep that gold all the way down at the bottom, because I thought that would really tie it all together. And then we're just gonna do shade, 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 shade. So I personally love shading. Shade, blend, shade, blend. I think it's really fun. So this is Corviknight. I thought they were really cool, so I decided to. I think it's pretty obvious, like, what the best kind of design is for Corviknight, which is kind of just making them into a knight. So that's what I kind of decided as well. I know, again, not super original, but I really love Corviknight's design. I think they're really cool, and I cannot wait to play the game so I can have a Corviknight. So I'm not great at drawing armors and whatnot, but I did my best here, and I hope it shows. So I decided to kind of try to make the nose as sharp as possible for the beak. I'm not sure how much of that shows, but that was the goal. And then I decided to make the headpiece. I don't really know what, like the face mask, into a point, kind of like Corviknight. And then I wanted to draw more hair, kind of like the tuft that's on the front of Corviknight, but only a little bit of that hair got to show. But I imagine her taking off the complete headpiece and she just has a long mane of black hair. That's kind of what my imagination was like. And then she gets a sword, of course, because she's a knight. I just think she's really fun. Again, I don't draw a lot of armor because I can't, but it was really fun designing her into a knight. She is super cute, and again, I wish I would have drawn her without the headpiece as well, maybe on the side just to show her long mane, but I also didn't want to spend too much time since I already spent a lot of time on this, especially compared to some of the other Pokemons that we did in this. So, and I also really like the bottom half, or like her boots kind of have those talons. I thought that'd be super fun. I don't know how, what's the word? I don't know how useful that would be in an actual suit of armor. Probably not very. But I thought it'd be fun. So my favorite thing about her, and again, I wish I would have done her in different ways. Again, with the hair out, but also with the face mask down. So that way all you could see is her eyes between the slots. And then she would have like a bird mask. I thought that would be really fun. And then it's just me trying to pretend like I know how to color armor, which I don't. Spoiler alert. It's just a lot of me blending out all of these colors to try to make it as contrasty as possible. So super dark, but also super light to try to show like it's shiny as well. So I kind of skipped a lot of that because it was me just blend. And then we go straight to the skin. A lot of these Pokemon have kind of darker skin, just like Wooloo, which I thought fit really well. I did like her. I like darker characters personally, just because I like darker skin as well. So, and then I decided to also give her red eyes. She does have, I think Corviknight does have red eyes, which I thought fit really well with her design. She's a good guy, obviously. She just happens to be dark. And then her beautiful raven hair, which again, I wish I would have drawn more of, but you live and you learn. And then, of course, her cape is just black. Nothing wrong with that. I wish I would have added some kind of trim to the cape. I didn't, and it's just going to be solid black, but I did add those as jewels. Kind of wish I would have added a chain that connected them, but hey, you know what? It's fine. And that's Corviknight. So we're going to go ahead and move right along to the last and final one that was released other than the legendaries, Dreadnought. This is actually my brother's favorite, which I don't blame him. This is a very cool Pokemon. I thought about doing the legendaries, but I'm not really great with armor, and they have a lot of armor, obviously swords and shields, but they're just too cool, and I don't know how to really get them into my style. If enough people want, I probably will. I also just, again, love turning Pokemons into humans, so I might do this again later. I'm definitely going to do it with my old Gijinkas, so I might go ahead and do it with maybe like evolutions or something like that, but super fun. So if you like that idea, make sure to like the video. So for Dreadnought, I decided to kind of give them a punk look. I like the spikes. That's what the hair is. I also decided to give them like, what are those called? The punchy things on the knuckles. Wow, I am so dumb. But that's what I decided to give them for their little spiky toes on the bottom. That kind of thing would be really fun. And then went in hard with those shoes. I thought they were really cool as well. I loved orange shoes, so. And then the color scheme is pretty self-explanatory. I kind of went ahead and just used the colors of the Pokemon, different parts of it to give them main colors. For me, other than the skin, which again, I'd like to draw skin, I decided not to give her eyebrows, by the way, because I just thought it'd be funny. because Dreadnought doesn't have any eyebrows. It kind of looks very heavy brow bone. So that's what I kind of decided to do here. The hair was really fun for me to draw as well. So I did the main color as the yellowish of the top, and I decided to go in with the brown of the shell for the bottom part of her hair, because I just thought that'd be really fun, kind of see like an ombre effect on that. And then the shell was just, I decided to give her a backpack because she has a shell, kind of like a backpack. Boring pants. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I decided to do a lower crotch just because I thought baggy pants would suit her really well, because she's kind of like almost a delinquent. And then the shoes, I was going to do them all white, but I do go in with the color of the body because I decided I needed more of that teal blue color in the body somehow. So I decided to give that for her shoes. So that's what we're doing there. And that's Dreadnought. So this was really fun for me to do. I love doing Pokemon Gijinkas, so seeing them all together here like that. I think definitely my favorite was Wooloo, because he's just so cute. But the 3 set are really cute. The evolutions are really cute. Corviknight was really fun, kind of a challenge, and Dreadnought is just kind of there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like that video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And let me know what else you would like me to do. Thank you so much, and bye!